Welcome, everyone. We are today we are going to talk about how to book smart meetings using your Zoho CRM functionalities. Um, we are expecting a few people today, so you should have space and time to ask any questions that you have. We're doing our 33rd session of Zoho user session now online. Let me see. Let me take this out of the screen. Today joining me is Kayla, who works at Gravity,
Hi,
and
everyone.
yellow. And she's going to be presenting with me. We're exploring mainly Zoho CRM today. So we're going to be talking about, let me see if I can show a slide. We're going to be talking about Zoho CRM calendar and how to use some of the automated ways to book meetings with your clients. So you can, send them a link and they can schedule a meeting with you without the back and forth of when can you do this, when can you do that. So making it easier, more streamlined to book your meetings. We'll also have a sneak peek at Zoho Bookings, which is a different app. We'll talk about it and what's different about it. So please feel free to interrupt anytime and ask or type a question. You should have on top of your screen a place for sorry, it's swapping, for Q&A, and ask questions or just raise your hand, or you could also unmute yourself and just say it out loud. Cool. So let's go straight into Zoho. So the first thing you're going to look at is how to actually use Zoho CRM Calendar alone or connect it to one of your platforms. So I'm going to share just an example here of an account. So on the top screen, on your main Zoho CRM screen, you have your calendar section, usually kind of with this icon. Just click on week to have a view of the week. And you can scroll. Let me look at the week here. You can see different calendars, so you can allocate calendars of other people to look at as well. You can do a week or month view. I usually like the week one. And the new functionality Zoho has that we're going to explore is going to live here on the calendar bookings. So before you do that, I would advise you to do one of two things. So if you're only using Zoho CRM as your calendar to book everything you want, that's great. If you're booking your meetings here, so a demo, product and services. And if you're using Zoho CRM as a calendar now, you also have the option to make this an online meeting. So it will be powered by Zoho Meetings, which it's what we're using today to have this call with you in this webinar. So you can set these ones up easily and it will trigger a link and you can start the meeting from there. So it's super useful just using the calendar as itself alone. If you're using Outlook, Gmail, or the calendars, you can actually come to your setup section to your marketplace area and you can connect with Google. With Google Calendar, it's a very seamless integration. So you can decide when you're connecting with your CRM, you can decide to connect and sync contacts. But in this case, today we're talking about the calendar. So you would select the calendar option and this will trigger you a page. It will take you to a page where you're going to add your email, right? Your business email. In your Gmail. And it's going to want access to your account. So you'll need to allow. So that's your Gmail password. And then it will ask you which account you want to set. So let's say I want to share the A Yardley one. And I always advise users and clients to do a two-way sync. So you can use it both ways. Save. And your calendar will be synced both ways. If you're using Microsoft, I'm using Outlook, and the same process. So you just ask to sync, but it doesn't truly sync the same way. So the way it does it, if you're familiar with Outlook, it will. I'm going to show you. It will create a calendar for you. Let me just bring it up so I can show you. So if you're used to Outlook, it will create a Zoho CRM calendar on your Outlook. So then you can have So this is a ad I have. Okay. So you could see more calendars, obviously, but this will just create a separate calendar. So this would be the ways to connect marketplace, setup, and then in this section marketplace, you would select Google or Microsoft, depending on what you have, and connect the meetings or collect the calendar. So let's look at what is this new functionality we have. So if you have, when you have your using CRM calendar alone or connecting it to Outlook or Gmail, now you want to use this new functionality to reduce emails with auto bookings. So this is what you've seen before of other people using on their signature or having a page where you can just directly book a meeting. So let's see how we can do this. So when you are in your calendar, and let me know, let's check if there's any questions so far. Good. When you're in your calendar view, your week view, go to your options and go to calendar booking. So calendar booking is a free way, so it's integrated, included in your CRM, to create a type of meeting. So there's two types of meetings. You can create meetings that people can schedule just with yourself, or you could create also team booking. So let's start with the for yourself first. So you use this blue button, create calendar booking, select your user. If it's just you, right? If you're only one user, there's no team meetings, just you. And then it will ask you, how do you want these meetings to be set up? So remember, this is going to be a link on your email. So the end product is going to be something similar to this. All right. I'll just bring this to the front so you can see it. So you can have your signature and you could have a link, you could have a button that just says schedule a meeting. So what we're setting is the parameters of these meetings. So how do you want those meetings to be set up? So let's see how this would be. So one thing you can do as well is select that if you want this to be a meeting or a call. So if you're doing, for example, a lot of just phone calls to people and you want them to show as an activity in the CRM as a call instead of a meeting, because you usually use meetings for in person, select a call. If not meetings, and you have again the option to make this an online meeting that will trigger a Zoho meetings link. So you can start the meeting right away, which is super useful. You can have your meeting duration set up, one of these time slots or custom. Let's say, for example, it's 45 minutes. And this will ask the participant only, the minimum questions possible. So what's the topic they want to talk about and their email. If you want something else, like specify your current product, for example, if you're giving support, you can add the question and then you'll have two options. Is it location based or more description? This is usually, obviously, in this case, it would be description, and you can make it optional for the participant. It's not mandatory to answer. And then you could keep adding another one. Location is useful if you're booking not an online meeting, but a face-to-face meeting, obviously, and you want to know where it is, or at least where that person is located. That could help you, not only you going to the meeting, or if you have a team, deciding who's the best person to go. And then these are some advanced settings, really important just to make sure that you have some buffer. So if you are trying this out at the start, you won't have a problem. But if you're having more people and trying really to make use of this functionality, you want to make sure, for example, that you have a buffer before another meeting. So usually, do you want 15 minutes before a meeting at least, or 30 minutes, depending if it's more of a face-to-face or an online meeting? Do you want to be reminding the participants before the event? And what is the availability? So show availability in increments of 30 minutes, 15 minutes, so you can adjust. Minimum meeting schedule, probably 4 hours away, so you don't want something, because you're already planning to do other things. You're not always looking at your calendar. And how far ahead can a meeting be scheduled? This means, can they schedule something in the next 30 days or 60 days? I think 30 days is probably better. You want meetings in the next month, or you could set just a date. So when you save this meeting, it's going to show here as your 45 meeting option. And now you'll have a series of options. So you could copy the link and add that link anywhere you want. You could embed, let's see this one, and add to your signature. So add to your email signature is going to automatically share it in your Zoho CRM. Any email you send that takes your signature in will have this link here to schedule a meeting. If you're using emails and you want to use this somewhere else, like in another email, you copy your link. And then let's say, for example, in Outlook, I'm going to send a new email. Let's say I'm going to send an email. I'm just going to send an email to myself now, right? I'm not going to use this awful link. So I would be saying, hey, John, great. Or looking forward to learning more about your business. Please select a time that works best for you here, or using this link. Okay, and now you're going to select your link. I'm going to copy that same link here. Let's delete this. Speak soon. And I would send my email, like product meeting, So let's look at the link to see how it looks, because you'll probably want to look at this before you send it. So this is what John will see when he receives my email. So he'll see who he's booking with the meeting with me. You'll see days option of days that I'm working. So Saturday, Sunday, I'm not working. And then you will see times. So the time will show on each user's time zone. So if you're in Central Time, it will automatically adjust depending on your computer, and you can choose which format you want to see it, look at it. And you would say, okay, on January, for example, Anne is only open from 12 onwards. So I'll just book this time. And then this will be what we just set up. So is your name, your email, and what is your current product? This was the question I had asked. And then you always want to have this. This is always by default because you don't want people booking stuff with you and blocking your calendar with no reason, right? So I'll just use mine for now so we can see. Okay. So the user will just get a simple appointment confirmed. Perfect. They will get an email. And you'll get an email yourself as well. So I'm just going to show you what you would receive. So when you receive your meeting, obviously, in this case, you'll get a meeting alert from the CRM saying, hey, you got a meeting is assigned to you. So intro call with John, when it's the demo, and you're the host. And the user will receive an email as well. Let me show you an example. So the user will see, who booked the meeting with you, will see something like this. They will receive a proper meeting invite. So if they accept, it will show on their calendar right away. And they can send a response, let's say. So this is pretty cool. Any questions so far? Let me just check. Just check, see if we have any questions. Okay. So the other option is to embed. Embed means adding to a website or a page, or you could, anything that is online. You could be adding a button as well instead of just a link. So here you have three options: a button, just a link, or an inline element. So if you select button, you're going to have the options to say, how do you want to call? So let's say this is just schedule a call. If you're just starting with simple way, you could select your colors of the button, what color you want the font, and then you'll use this code to add on your page. Okay, so you copy your code and you'll add it to your page. So you have to have access to the website of the page you're adding, or you can also embed on social media. a simple link. So a link will be, let's call it product demo on this one. So people won't see the code. They won't see the link style. And then an inline, it's going to have theme, color, font. So let's look at a bit of a different, I'll show you the differences here. Let's make it really flashy. No background color. So again, you copy your code, you're done, and then you would add it to your page. Other ways to create, so for example, other types of meetings you can create. I wanted to show you a bit of a live example. Okay, other types of meetings you can create would be a team booking. Oh, I already have too many. Let me delete these ones. Okay. So team bookings. Team bookings are meetings where you always know you're going to have someone else. For example, maybe if you're doing a brand, a product demo. So let's say you're doing a product demo of Firestone materials, and you're always going to have, someone else who is an expert, a colleague of yours. So you can add description to that meeting. Again, what type of meeting is it? Is it online or is it a call? Duration, so the same logic. You can also add your questions if you like. And then you can assign this type of meeting. So if this works, for example, if you're having this on your website, let's say you have a page for support and a different page for sales. If this is the sales page, you would want to select the user. So let's say sales will be, I will be doing, or in this case, let's say I'll put Mike on there. But let's say it's a support question and you have someone else who would be doing that. So you can launch this type of schedule, of scheduling a meeting for that colleague of yours, and you would select the user. You can also select groups if you have your group set up in CRM, if you have bigger teams and you cluster people. For example, if you have a set of, let's say you're working with 3 salespeople, you could allocate that to the group of the salespeople, and it would round robin. By round robin, it would give the first meeting, to one of the sales, the second one to another one, the third one to another one, and then it'll rotate automatically. So a very fair way to have new leads, for example, through the website who are booking meetings. And then the similar advanced settings you have here. With these meetings, you also have a maximum of number of meetings on the same time slot, because obviously if you have more than one people, you could still say, let's allow 2 at the same time slot because 2 different people will take them. Or you could also have a number of maximum of meetings you want to have in a day or until fully booked. And this will be using your Zoho CRM calendar. So it will be using the availability you have on your calendar. And again, the reminder for the users. So with this, you can do the same. You can add your email signature. So this will be, you can have a different one. For example, team product demo. So it's a different link, even for yourself to know that this is always a team sort of meeting instead of your normal schedule a meeting. And if you add this, obviously remember that if you add it to if you make it add to email signature, it's going to go in every email you send that has your signature through the CRM. So make sure you really want to do that before you do it. Or you have the same options to embed, the same as a button or as a link, or just to copy the link. So if you copy the link and you open a new page and you Control V, right? So you paste the link, it will be the best way for you to see how it shows. So it's going to have the title. So very similar functionality with your time zone showing and the spots available. Okay. So this is what Zoho Zoho CRM calendar allows you to do. So calendar, once you're in your calendar, come to your options and select your calendar booking. Also, just check your preferences to make sure that your days are correct. So when your week is starting, when you want to have availability, day, end of the start and end of the day, and making sure that you want to be notified when a meeting is assigned to you. So you receive that email that I showed earlier from Zoho saying a meeting has been assigned. And you can have more reminders if you want, if you're always in the CRM. For Zoho meetings, audio preferences, you can use your built-in audio, or you could also use your own conference call service. So if you are using Zoom or other services, you could also send it here and they will send it to the users who book. And if you're using other type of calendars that's not Outlook or Gmail, this is where you would enable to share your Zoho CRM calendar with other calendars. So these are the configuration details, and I would suggest asking your IT support to implement it, but these would be your details. All right, let's see if we don't have any questions. Kind of a wrap up of how this would look. So first thing, always, if you're using other systems, do connect them so you can see your, especially Google is very seamless. You see your calendar fully integrated. Outlook, you still have a separate calendar in Outlook. The plugin that used to exist for Outlook from Zoho has been disabled on December 31st of 2021. So that is not, and it never really worked well. So we never advised our clients to use it. So don't try to go that way, or don't lose time searching for it. Go to your calendar to select your calendar options and customize your meeting durations and enable that link that you can use to your emails. And make sure that you select the option you want. So the signature option in Zoho CRM, or just copy paste and add it to any email you want. Okay. So I don't know if we have any questions for us. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping up today. You can check our resources at gravitym.com/blog. So our blog section has just categories about Zoho if you're interested, or other things we do. And if we don't have any questions, I think we'll wrap up. Also, if you have other topics you would like to see, please email us anytime, or when you submit your form to join the next Zoho user group, let us know questions you have, because we love to use these sessions to go through real users' questions and doubts when they're using the CRM. Okay, hope you have a great day and see you soon.